Hey guys, welcome to another video here. We're doing a deck for Historic, and with the introduction of Kaladesh Remastered, we can take a look at some old standard cards, or standard decks, that were pretty powerful, and see if they are still viable. So this is Temur Energy. I tried out 4-color energy, actually, with Black for Scarab God, and I actually found that, especially in Historic, Scarab God is kind of slow, and it's just not good enough. I found that in so many games it was just, it's like the 5 drops were just wasn't what I thought it would be. So we're trying out a strictly Temur list. If you guys want to see the 4-color list, let me know in the comments, and I'll release that one. But I generally found that it wasn't really entertaining and wasn't fun to play. So I'm going to try this out. So this looks very similar to what I played in Standard. At the time, we actually have all, I believe, Kaladesh or Amonkhet cards here, except for maybe like the Triome. I think there are some cards in the sideboard, but I don't remember. I guess yeah, we have some. So yeah, let's go through it here. We have Magma Spray, just a cheap removal spell, nothing really to write about. The graveyard removal, the exiling clause is fairly relevant. Attune with Aether is the quintessential card in this deck. It just does so much. It fixes mana, gives you energy, and allows you to run a lower land count. So here we have only 22 lands, but it's kind of like we have 26, and we have a ton of mana and a ton of ways to use it. We have a Braid and Harness Lightning. A Braid was something that was missing from the 4-color energy list, which I really like seeing it in the main board here. Just a 3 damage spell, but also being able to destroy artifacts. There's a lot of artifacts running around now with Kaladesh Remastered. You have things like Heart of Kirin, which this hits, as well as there's a lot of artifact creature decks running around, like the kind of Hardened Stales style strategies. Yeah. Harness Lightning, great removal spell, gives us energy, and is a good payoff for all of our energy in the late game as well. It can kill, really large creatures fairly easily. And then we have our 2 drops here in Longtusk Cub and Servant of the Conduit. Longtusk Cub can just get very big. Servant of the Conduit ramps us, which is really useful. There is no Scavenging Ooze, which was in the 4-color list. I guess, main deck probably doesn't matter that much. But I would actually kind of like to see Scoos. I might change this up if it doesn't work out. But yeah, and then we have our 3 drops, the kind of the main staple cards when you think about energy. You have Whirler Virtuoso, which gives us a ton of energy, but also gives us Thopters. Rogue Refiner, which was banned at one point because it was just way too efficient. The Temur Mirrors essentially became how many Rogue Refiners you drew, because it was just a 3/2 that drew you a card, gave you some energy. Just three different things that it does that are all really awesome. And it's a rogue now, I'm just realizing. Maybe there's a rogue thing going on. And then for our 4 drops, Chandra Torch Defiance and Bristling Hydra. Again, Bristling Hydra turned out to be really good in this in Historic. And in Standard, just because it comes with built-in protection, giving itself hexproof, and it can just get huge like the Cub. Chandra Torch Defiance is one of my favorite cards, so I'm really excited to play it again. Just removal, again, more ramp with the tick up to add 2 red, and can also provide card advantage with its first ability, and if you ever ultimate, you win the game. Then we have 4 copies of Glorybringer, so I think this is going to be much better than the Scarab God. It flies, it hits hard, it hits faster, and it can provide removal or board control as opposed to just spinning out bodies and bodies and bodies. So, yeah. And then we have 1 copy of Commit to Memory, which might seem weird, but I really like it in this list. The other list, the 4-color list, ran the Great Henge as its kind of card advantage or card draw engine. And here, Commit is functioning as almost like a removal spell or a counter spell. It can even counter uncounterable spells by putting it back into the decks. Like someone said, hey, this can't be countered. So something like Dovin's Veto, Commit can actually get around that. Right, if we cast our Chandra Torch Defiance and we have I don't know if we have 8 mana for some reason. Super late game, we're playing against the control deck. We cast our Chandra. They Dovin's Veto. You can commit it back into the deck, since it is not actually countering it. And then the memory side is really, really useful. I found I've actually remember winning a lot of games by casting memory with 1 card in hand or no cards in hand, as playing as just kind of a last resort, last ditch effort. If you really need those cards and you care more about you having cards than giving your opponent some extra stuff. So yeah, so this card is I think it's going to be super sweet. I think it's really underrated, even with how much people run it as like a one-off. I think the card is still underrated. I think people don't respect the card enough. Yeah, and then we have a sideboard here. So you got Chandra's Defeat, which is against red cards. You can kill Chandra Torch Defiance, you can kill Glory Bringers, or opposing Glory Bringers. There's a lot of mono red or red-green aggro running around, so I expect that to be pretty good. Disdainful Stroke and Negate for kind of the ramp decks or the big decks. More Braids, Return to Nature, just as kind of a catch-all. Yeah, and then we have Scavenging Ooze for graveyard stuff. We have 1 Shorter Defiance, just if we really need the Planeswalker strategy, and then 2 copies of Vizier of Many Faces, which was a common card in this list. It was the answer to Carnage Tyrant when it was around, and I don't think that's what this is here for. I'm actually kind of not sure what this would hit. There is Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, which does kind of check, but not really. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's ever a scenario where I really want something like Vizier Many Faces. I guess also, like, if there's like Torrential Gearhulk, there's a good copy of Torrential Gearhulk, and then like flashback and a Braid. That would be kind of sick. There are reasons to have it. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's get into the games. Alright, here we are for game 1, and this hand looks not great, unfortunately. I think we have to mulligan this, just because if we don't draw a land, we're just, like, so boned. Alright, this is better. I'm going to put back a Botanical Sanctum, just because we don't really need it. Play Stomping Ground on turn 1, Servant on turn 2. And, you know, this hand is somewhat lackluster. Also, drawing 3 Serpent Conduits is not really what this deck wants to do. Opponent could have counterspells here. They're probably some form of control deck, if that's the case. Yep, okay. Syncopate's actually fine. Opponent passes here. Let's just play either. They already know we're energy, so I'm gonna jam a Servant Conduit here again. Ticklish Shark Typhoon, interesting. So now we can play Whirler Virtuoso and get 2 Thopters out of the deal. Oy. Thoughtseize is rough. I mean, we don't really have any good cards in our hand, so I guess it's like fine. Commits. So I could attack them here. I actually think I want to hold up commit. I think that's better if they, like, yeah, if they have some sort of Planeswalker or Counterspell here. I will actually let that hit me. Let's just go to my turn. Yeah, that's really not what we want to see here. Alright, now I have to play something here to pressure them, so that they have to use their mana instead of drawing with Castle Locklane. Alright, I changed my mind. I'm gonna commit this. Okay. Long Tusk Cub is actually pretty good. I'm gonna attack here. Okay. I cast Servant, and I think that's it. I'm gonna save the Long Tusk Cub. Yeah, I think that's all I'm doing. Actually, if I use Hardness Lightning here, I can kill the shark and gain 2 energy. Okay, so I use Castle Vengeance here and not Castle Octwain. I guess that makes sense since they have 4 cards in hand and they're kind of low on life. You're attacking? Interesting. I'll Harness Lightning here. Dealing 1. They have something here? Like, end the turn or something? Sure. Fatal Push here, Vroska's Contempt here. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I want to do that because I had Memory in my graveyard, but that's kind of weird. I'll just play Long Tusk Cub, but it's tapped. Oh man, they had an Essence Scatter? Dang. Alright, well I got a land, so if I draw a land next turn, we can cast Memory. Alright, well, it seems like it's fine. I already have double blue. It doesn't really matter what I get here. I'll just get them out. I'm not sure why they're keeping this Fabled Passage here. I think I am just casting Memory. They can counter this, but that's all I got. Alright. Now it's like they've used a lot of counter spells and a lot of removal, and they're using Castle Octwain here. What can they use to win the game? I'll just cast Glorious Winter here. Yep. Just keep trading resources. They can keep, you know, using Castle Ventress or keep using stuff. Eventually they're going to run out of stuff, and they haven't really presented a way to win the game. Yeah, they keep bottoming stuff. What are the ways that they can win? Alright, here's a Long Tusk Cub. This I could probably just Fatal Push, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm guessing they just have a Fatal Push here. Torrential Gearhulk. Sure. You get to upgrade that. Yeah, so this is very similar to how the Temur versus Control matchups would go. You'd get into this latent kind of fight, and as long as you had removal for their Gearhulks, it's kind of fine. Stomping Grounds. I think I'm gonna pass there. Just gonna bluff extra cards. I probably should be conceding here. I'll play Aether Hub. Get another energy. Doesn't really matter. Okay. I don't know why they're not using their Fabled Passages. I'm sure they have basics somewhere in their deck. Like they've only used 2 basics. I'm just confused why they wouldn't use those. So they're on 7, so they can't draw too many more cards unless they use them. Whirler Virtuoso. I think I'm gonna hold it now and try and resolve try and cast 2 cards in the same turn. Strain their mana even more. What do they have? Oh, they're just targeting a Syncopate? Sure. I think I'm gonna Harness Lightning this. Just continue to deny them. Alright. So now they finally activate their Fabled Power. Oh, I guess because they didn't want to shuffle all the cards they put on the the bottom. Okay. Well, those are 2 cards. I think I'm actually casting Chandra first, because I care less if this gets countered. Ooh, they did not have a counterspell? Okay, they disallow, but we get to resolve Whirler Virtuoso. They have Essence Scatter, we're dead here. Woo! Alright. Did something? Oh, they had, okay. I was like, did they have something leave the battlefield? And I was like, oh yeah, they had, a land. I think I pass here. Right, no blocks. Well, I think I'm just slapping you in the face. Alright, well, that didn't go very well. They can't use Castle Locked-in because then they're dead next turn. If they brick. They top something. Alright, we're dead. Whatever it is, we're dead. Alright, we gave it our best shot. We actually were very close, considering how much we, like, kind of bricked. I guess we're not, like, dead. We have 2 blockers. So they have something to... That's for 5. We top deck a Glorybringer. Come on. Drew 2 lands in a row. Alright. They get to... Okay, if they just top deck any removal spell, we're dead. Alright, I'm gonna block to stay alive. But I don't think there's anything that actually gets us out of this. Cool, we draw bricked for like 5 turns. Cool. Well, now we get to bring in like all of our anti-control stuff. So you get Disdainful Stroke, negates, we can bring in Chandra, and I think that's it. And we can take out Magma Sprays. I think we can actually take out Harness Lightning. I think that's the card we take out here. I don't think there's anything else in here that I really care about. Yeah, we have a Braid to answer. Could put in 2 more Braids. Do I want to answer? Don't have Braid to answer. I guess Commit to Memory didn't really do much. I think this is fine because like Disdainful Stroke counter stuff. Yeah, this is fine. This is kind of the best we can do against Control. I think Control is like about one of the worst matchups. Whereas it was different where I think I ran like kind of a Temur Control energy like combination that had like Glory Bringers and Whirler Virtuoso and everything, but actually had Torrential Gearhulks. So I might want to consider running something like that. But this hand looks much better than a previous hand. I'll do Rogue Refiner, and then we can hopefully draw into a red source and cast Chandra. We have negate for anything early. Hopefully they have Thoughtseize. Okay. So they could take our negate. That's fine. That's what I would expect. I would say negate or rogue refiner would probably be what our opponent should do here. Yeah. Alright, I'll play Botanical Sanctum Pass. Alright, I am gonna jam rogue refiner here. They can Essence Scatter or Syncopate or something. Yep, okay. Like, we have to start pressuring our opponent in some form or another. Dang, our mana's like so bad. I think I'm gonna play Bristling Hydra because they just played an Essence Scatter. And if this resolves, we get Hydra mana, or like we get either have mana or we get Hexproof. Aether Gust. I'm actually gonna decline. Because we don't have a way to cast it again. Alright. Well, play that. That's sad. I mean, it's not too bad. Like, that is what we want, but it's tapped. I would have much rather had, like, Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground would have been the most insane thing yet. Let's just play Rogue Refiner here. Alright. So they didn't seem to have a pause there, so I don't think they could have done anything. I'm gonna play the Stomping Ground tapped. What does our opponent have here? Eliminate? Sure. Just playing this, playing Glorybringer, and oh, they probably have Torrential Gearhulk, I'm assuming. This looks like, I mean, they have 6 mana and they have instants in their graveyard. Roska's Contempt, sure. So they have lots of removal and stuff. But we'll see if they have something productive here. I think I'm just jamming Chandra. We have 3 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So like we could tick up and ooh, resolve Chandra. We could tick up, hit a Rogue Refiner or something. I cannot cast that, unfortunately. Alright, I will play that. Actually, it would have been probably better to keep. No, actually, if they have Torrential Gearhulk, they just flashback Vraska's Contempt and it's dead anyways. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so they have 2 cards in hand, and they've shown that they don't have an answer to Chandra just yet. Disdainful Stroke is really good. That was probably one of the better draws we've played.
Gonna hurt.
Or we could have gotten, because now that allows us to counter stuff. Castle Lockwind enters tapped. Okay, I'm gonna take up Chandra one more time.
Yup, you're going down.
Hi, I'm actually gonna decline that. And play this tapped. If we get the chance, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, just snap off. Oh, I'm totally... do I be greedy here? We do have Disdainful Stroke. And I don't seem to have an answer. Yeah, I'm actually gonna not ult just yet.
Today's my lucky day.
I'll play this and pass. I've hit nothing but lands. What does our opponent have here? Nothing? Okay. Sure. That's not good. Wait. Oh, okay. They realized they're dead to Chandra. Alright, so that's kind of, you know, just how it happens. Is that you just keep on playing cards, and even though they got rid of our interaction, we're just able to churn through their counter spells and they didn't have an answer for Chandra. That's kind of what Chandra does. Like, you either force an answer out of them, you know, something like Vraska's Contempt, or they don't have it, and then you just win. Like, that honestly is just how the card works. Alright, let's see if we can get this win against Control. Ugh. There's so many lands. I think this is a mulligan. This hand is really slow, but I think it's a keep, unfortunately. Put back Glorybringer. We could, like... on the draw, it's like so slow. Oh, no! Not like this. They're taking a tune with Aether, I feel like. We could just top deck lands, but if they have a double Thoughtseize and we don't top deck a land, I'm gonna be really sad. Alright. We did actually draw a land here. What do I want? It doesn't really matter, I guess. I'm gonna take a forest. I'm gonna play this Triumph. So that actually worked out kind of well, because they were forced to take a suboptimal card. Like, now we just get to resolve Rogue Refiner or Virtuoso, potentially. Alright, let's play this Forest. And I guess I actually want to cast Rogue Virtuoso first, because I care less about it, actually. Yeah, alright. Essence Extraction. That's a card I haven't seen in a while. That kind of makes sense. Alright. So what am I doing here? I think I'm just casting Rogue Refiner. Casting Rogue Refiner is never a bad play, is like the thing. Glimmer of Genius, interesting. Another card I haven't seen in a while. Okay. So we're getting our energy count up. As long as they don't play something too hard-hitting here. Like, I was gonna say a heavy-hitting Planeswalker would have been rough, but just a Thoughtseize is probably fine. What do you take here? You gotta take one of the 4-drops, right? Bristling Hydra seems like a problem if it ever resolves. You have, like, Frost's Contempt in hand, yeah, you can deal with the Chandra. Alright, so we have now 2 counterspells in hand. Could just, like, run it out to victory. I'm kind of down for that. Whirler. Again, I think I'm just smacking. Yeah, I don't feel like doing anything. Alright, there's an Aether Hub. I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna play that first. Okay, and then I'm gonna attack. What's our opponent doing? Could have a Shark Typhoon for 4 here. I would be okay with that. Be okay with that. Sorry, Shark Typhoon for 5. But that's okay, because then I just get to Chandra here. Do they have any way to deal with... No, they don't have any way if they cast... if they cast Torrential Gearhulk to eliminate my Chandra. So we're tapped out here. But they have to... They're kind of the one that have to answer. Okay, so Brusque's Contempt. Okay, that's fine.
I don't need this.
Alright, now we get to resolve Whirler Virtuoso, kind of, maybe? They have, Disallow. You can negate back. Okay. I'm just gonna pass here. I'm gonna keep up Disdainful Stroke and negate. And this is where Whirler Virtuoso kind of functions as both a anti-aggro card and a... I kind of want to just negate this. If I disdainful stroke it, I think I'm going to disdainful stroke it. Because then next turn I can virtuoso and negate. Yeah, I'm gonna disdainful stroke actually. They can negate back. And that's okay. Okay, it's fine. I get to resolve a Whirler Virtuoso. Sorry, another Whirler Virtuoso, which can make 4 Thopters. And then I'll hold up negate as well. So, sorry, to what I was saying before, this is where Whirler Virtuoso functions as an anti-aggro card and a useful card against control, because here, if I make a bunch of bodies, I'm gonna negate this to try and bait out another... Wow! Our opponent here, not happy with their draw, or... kind of seeing the writing on the wall. I mean, they disallow that, but then we get to make a bunch of Thopters, or we just have to resolve a Long Tusk Cub and make that huge. So we were probably winning that game, but yeah, Whirler Virtuoso, they are functioning as a kind of having those two modes of being anti-aggro by making blockers, or just making lots of bodies that can attack was really, really pivotal in why that card was so effective back in Standard, and they're still being effective in Historic. Alright, so here we are for our next game, and this hand kind of looks kind of sketch, but I think with Servant of the Conduit is good, and if our opponent here is a creature deck, we can Magnum Spray something on turn 1. Okay, they're a Thoughtseize deck again. Should probably take Rogue Refiner, take Magnum Spray, which is kind of weird. They have... Okay, so they're Junk Sacrifice. I guess Servant of the Conduit here in case I draw land. Because then I can cast Chandra here. Sort of fun play here. Witch's Oven? Okay. Trail of Crumbs. Interesting. Ooh, that was really good. I'm actually gonna do that here now. And then cast probably Long Tusk Cub to put pressure on our opponent. We can always cast Servant or Chandra's next turn, or Rogue Refiner even, if we want to. But I think it's more important to get a creature that can get bigger. Interesting. This is probably a collected company, I would expect. So I think my play here is to play Servant of the Conduit and then attack with Cub. A Murderous Rider, interesting. That changes my plan actually. I think I'm actually gonna shock and cast Long Tusk Cub. I was really expecting a collected company there. So they just cast Murderous Rider, okay. And a Trail of Crumbs, okay. Ooh. So I can actually Chandra and tick up in a Braid, which I'm actually kind of into. Since that allows me to tick up Chandra, and since I'm not using the
start screaming,
And it's
I
better
know
than...
I'm on
Ah! Actually, we
Yup,
could destroy
you're
Witch's
going
Oven.
down.
But I think I would actually rather get in for damage by destroying the Witch's Oven. And if they want to, spend time sacking their foods here to do things, that's fine. Put a counter here and smack our opponent. Alright, so now our opponent is down to 9, and, yes, they could top deck some stuff here. But I think we're in such a powerful position now. That's annoying. They can get some energy if they attack us, but yeah, I expect them to attack Chandra there, yeah. Oh, I love that voice line. Hey, watch it! So they can sack a clue and get 1 card, which you get to see. Whatever it is. That's not good. Oh, I forgot they had 2 Trail of Crumbs. I'm gonna take up Chandra. See what card we get.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I'm actually kind of into that. Oh. I can't actually... I'm sorry, it's not just adding it to my hand, it's saving it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna... use this... Oh, this is a little rough. Because now they play like Corvold. Actually, wait a sec. Unless they get a, Oh, I was gonna say, unless they get, a land. It's kind of rough. Harness Lightning? Get Harness Lightning? Maybe? Glory Bringer.
Today's my lucky day.
Oh, shoot. I messed up and didn't play land first. So... if I attack and exert on this, how many counters does this... No. Yeah, I don't think I attack here. As weird as that is. How do I win? I think we're done now because we didn't. It actually was a misplay to not abrade the Witch's Oven. If we had abraded the Witch's Oven instead of the. Alright, now we're just good. I'm just gonna scoop here. There's no point in playing this out. Like they just have such a strong engine going. Alright, so we'll put in a braid here. Nature's return to nature. Scavenging use is kind of interesting. Chandra's feet is pretty much only for Corvold. And do we want skews? Maybe. Definitely don't want Commit to Memory. Commit to Memory seems like the worst card in existence here. Chandra was fine. I don't think I want Vizier. So I think I'm just moving up to 2 more braids, and then maybe cutting the Harness Lightnings here. I don't think Negate or Disdainful Stroke is useful here. I'm not sure about Skews. Maybe I bring in Skews and cut Harness Lightning. Like we saw the cat, we saw Woe Strider, and that was kind of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bring in 1 Scavenging Ooze. I'm going to cut a Long Tail Scum for a Scavenging Ooze, just in case. And I think that's all I'm doing. Yeah. I'm really not sure how... And it's not just saying how good is Scavenging Ooze against their deck, it's how much does it weaken our deck, or slow down our deck, because we have to remove something else. Goodness gracious. Alright. All right, this is actually a good hand because we have what do I put back here? Put back Rogue Refiner, so I can have Return to Nature, Servant of the Conduit, and Chandra. Or do I put back Chandra? Yeah, I'm actually gonna put back Chandra, just because I'm not sure how strong a card it is against the sacrifice decks. I'm gonna play Servant here, just because next turn I can like Return to Nature plus Attune with Aether. Like play your name. That's annoying. That was always gonna get us, I think. So here I kind of, ooh, okay, that was actually good because I can Attune with Aether for a forest. And a braid. I gotta braid the Witch's Oven. I think that's what I'm doing. Okay, that comes into play tapped, so I don't really mind that. Trail of Crumbs. I think I'm just playing Rogue Refiner here. If they want to waste time sacking their foods for cards, I think I'm okay with that. That's actually fine because it only deals 1 damage. Oh, but they can. I'm confused. I'm gonna Harness Lightning this. Actually, I'm gonna attack first. Now I'm gonna Harness Lightning that. So now the question becomes, do I Long Tusk Cub? Or do I Return to Nature the Trail of Crumbs? I think I need to start putting pressure on. I can kill the Return to Nature at any time, and again, I don't really mind them. Like, if all they do this turn... Okay, so here if they have core gold, which they do, they sack a food, draw a card, we have... Okay, I was gonna say... Yeah, I think I'm just smacking our opponent here. Yeah, let's just make this big. And I think here I'm going to Return to Nature, the Trail of Crumbs, play a Long Tusk Cub. So like now they're going to attack us back and draw some cards by sacking the food, but like, unless they play something impactful here, like that, okay. I guess that kills like Rogue Refiner or the Long Tusk Cub, but like, eh. Yeah, that's pretty good. What are you doing with the Chandra though? Yeah, okay.
It's playtime.
Like that, okay. Aren't you dead? Wait, aren't you? You're dead on board. Interesting. Oh, no, he has... Oh, I'm bad. I'm very bad. He has, Oh, now am I dead? Wait a sec. I hope I'm not dead. Oh, I am dead. Wow, that was a huge misplay. Wow, I'm very bad. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying is like I don't think this deck has what it takes to beat a deck like Jund Food. I think the Temur Energy deck is just not strong enough. We'll play one more. But yeah, that was my concern about the deck. It's like, yes, it has all good cards, like Harness Lightning, Rogue Refiner, War of the Virtuoso. So yeah, these are all great cards. But the deck itself doesn't do anything that's notable. Alright, Mulligan. Alright, this hand's better, but not good. Alright. Platoon. We don't need double blue for anything, right? Except for like, but I guess we might as well. I guess let's get a force first. We're gonna tune later. What's our 1.5 here? Strategic planning? Okay, this is Phoenix again. I'm playing against this deck so much, it feels like. Interesting. Glasspool Mimic is not a card that I expect to see. I'll just attune again for an island. Yes, that's... Wait, they're Jeskai. Oh, this is Jeskai Gifts. Alright. That's actually fine because, let me just play this Forest Pass. And if they refurbish, I can destroy the Godfire's Gift. Yeah, it works for me. Let me just play this island. Yeah, play Hydra. Now, getting past this Champion of Wits is going to be rough, but it's fine. You could also refurbish again. That's rough. Alright, they get to Champion of Wits here. Yep, draw 4, discard 2 seems fair. Combat Celebrant, okay. We get another Abrade? Oh, Glorybringer's actually a welcome here. I mean, they get some cards here, but I think I am just exerting and attacking. Sniping this. Like, they can get a Combat Celebrant here and get some extra combat steps, but, okay, they get a strategic planning, so they could do another, they have another Godfire's Gift, okay. Unless they have the 4th refurbish. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Or 3rd refurbish. Wow. Okay, cool. So, are we, we're dead, right? Because they have 2 Combat Celebrants? Is that how that works? I don't know exactly how this works. Yeah, because they attack with that one, or they exert with this that one. They do the other one. Oh no, they just get multiple. Yeah, they just get multiple combat steps, and then yeah, cool. Nice. And this is exactly what I mean. Like this deck just didn't. I even had a Braid, but this deck is not powerful enough to deal with something like this. Yeah. Alright, you got it, dude. Stop rubbing it in. Alright, we have a Braid, Return to Nature, Negate, Disdainful Stroke, Scavenging Ooze. So many pieces. I think Chandra we can get rid of. I like War of Virtuoso and everything. I'm gonna get rid of Harness Lightnings. And Probably memory, actually. Let's get rid of memory. We're kind of sideboarding a lot here, but that's because we kind of have to do a lot. What else am I doing here? Magma Spray doesn't really seem to be what this deck wants to do, even though they have the one creature. I guess it does also hit Cruel Combat Celebrant, but I'm going to get rid of Magma Spray, actually, and then get rid of the Long Tusk Cub. Let's just be, like, super interactive. Also, Scavenging Ooze can handle Champion of Wits, now that I think about it. Alright. Sure. I mean, I have a Braid and Scavenging Ooze. That's what we came here for, right? Yeah, I think Chandra is just not effective here. It you know, doesn't really do anything if we're not like already winning the game with insane card advantage. I'm gonna play Scavenging Ooze here, even though they could just like kill it. We need to make use of our mana. Opponent scoops to Scavenging Ooze. That's funny. They might have had a hand where like they don't really have anything. I don't really see anything that we want to change. Just run it back. I think our opponent's gonna run it back too. Yeah. I think they just had a bad hand, or they just didn't expect Scavenging Ooze. But I don't think they should not expect Scavenging Ooze. Like that doesn't make sense to me. All right. This hand is just as good as the last one. Alright, let's do Tune with Aether. Let's get a red source, actually, because we have Whirler Virtuoso. Because also, I think I expect next turn I want to... What am I doing next turn? What am I doing this turn? He's shocked with the Sacred Foundry, which makes me think they're gonna do something with that mana. I think I'm just attuned with Aethering and passing, actually. I'm gonna get a island. Play a Triumph and pass. So, next turn, I'm not really sure what they could do. I'm actually just gonna pass. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna pass because I want to hold up my interaction pieces. Chart a course. You know what? That's fine. And this is good because now I get to Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, I can play with this mountain. Cast Scavenging Ooze and just eat the gift now. I guess I didn't need to do that. Well, that's not how that works. That is absolutely not how that works. I think I'm gonna play a Tune with Aether. What do I want to do here? Do I want to just Glorybringer? Yeah, I actually just want to Glorybringer here. They could bounce this again? Sure. Like, yeah, they get to smack me for 3, but like, unless they have... Okay, they have Cruel Celebrant again. Strategic planning. Okay, that's fine. Actually, here I'm changing my plan and actually just using Whirler Virtuoso. And holding up all these cards. Because Whirler Virtuoso just blanks these. Discovery, that's fine. Okay, they build over 1 card. Sure. Do I want to upgrade? Do I want to upgrade this? I think the answer is no. I think I'm just playing this Ether Hub and actually just playing Glorybringer. Maybe? Or I could serve it in the Conduit. I think actually Glorybringer is good here. Glorybringer and start pinging off, Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna hold up Negate and Disdainful Stroke. Also, I could just keep on getting energy with Burler Virtuoso. Strategic planning is fine. I actually want to start making some tokens here. I'll make one. Yeah. Okay, we can play this Botanical Sanctum. They haven't really been doing much. I'm gonna play the Botanical Sanctum. I'm really confused. I think I'm just gonna jam Glorybringer here. They can counter it. Right. So I think here, exerting. Am I attacking with this? I think no. I think I'm actually just sniping a combat celebrant. Okay, Brazen Borrower. Sure. Not really sure what that's doing. What do they have here? Could they have something that could counter my Scavenging Ooze? I don't think so. So yeah, I'm actually gonna block here. Also, I have Negate to counter whatever they can counter. Okay, they have Charticors. They draw 2 cards. Strategic planning. Sure. Okay. Here's a Scavenging Ooze. Let's get Champion of Wits out of here. I don't want to actually do anything else. I guess I can attack with Servant of the Conduit, actually, now that I think about it. Because they can just trade with Combat Celebrant. That's fine. Sure. So then I can exile the God Pharaoh's gifts. I could actually just negate this, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna negate this, actually. So yeah, I don't think our opponent has a way to actually remove Scavenging Ooze besides Brazen Borrower, it seems like. Sure. Yeah, alright, there we go. Alright, so Scavenging is there, kind of carrying us to another win there. I think that is definitely one of the cards that, like, is making, it's kind of pulls its weight, because I think if Temur Energy didn't have that, it would be much, much harder for the deck. Alright, so what did we learn, or what's the takeaway here? Let me move that. So, I think my takeaway is that I think it was the same with the 4-color energy. You know, before playing these decks, I kind of was like, I didn't think Temur Energy was going to be that good. I don't think it's a powerful enough archetype to really become a top-tier deck. But I think it is a deck, and I think there's definitely improvements that you could make to the sideboard. I think the Vizier could probably be something else. I think even Chandra's Defeat could probably be something else in different matchups. You know, like Grafdigger's Cage even, I think probably have helped us against, maybe not. Maybe Scavenging Ooze just does that bit. But there are definitely other cards that could be put in here in replacement for Vizier and Chandra's Defeat that could help this deck in other matchups. I would also say that just putting a single Scavenging Ooze. I'm doing like the short hand or slang for Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, I think even just adding a single one would improve the deck. Just because there's so much graveyard stuff. I also think that having 4 Glorybringers might not be necessary. I think that maybe if you changed that to something else, or you know, maybe like 3 or Glorybringers and like 1 of, you know, another powerful 5-drop, or maybe even another Chandra or some card advantage card. We didn't run the Great Henge. The other deck ran the Great Henge, and maybe that's what you would replace it with. I definitely think this deck has a problem with card draw. Like, not card advantage, because Chandra and a lot of the cards enable themselves to 2-for-1 or trade very effectively. That's kind of the point of the deck. Heck, maybe even that's what I did, is I just cut 1 or 2 Glorybringers for some Torrential Gearhulks, and maybe that was it. Because if you think about it, like, you have Magma Spray, Abrade, Harness Lightning, and Commit, and then, you know, post sideboard you have all your counter spells. So maybe that's what you do, or that's what I did. It's been so long ago I don't remember. But in any case, Chandra's still good. Prisoning Hydra didn't show up as well, but in the other you know, kind of games that I played with this style, with this archetype, it was pretty good. Commit to Memory, even though it didn't. I think I only cast it once, and the aftermath didn't resolve, but it was a productive card. Like, I actively wanted to cast it, and it, if it had resolved, or if it had done its thing, it would have definitely helped a lot. I think Long Tusk Hub is not as powerful, you know, just because there's so much removal. There's Fatal Push, and, you know, things like we saw against Blue-Black Control that it really didn't do anything. Yeah, I think the other lists I saw or that I've seen have not been running 4 Whirler Virtuoso. I definitely think running 3 or 4 is correct. Definitely not 2. 2 is too little for me. Especially since it just works with itself. Like, even if you play it and then kill it in response to the energy, you play a second one and you have 6 energy. Enough to make 2 Thopters. Yeah, the Ketria Triomes, I've not been impressed. Like, yes, it's the 3-color land for this color pairing, but, like, you know, in the games where it came into play tapped, as opposed to if it were another, you know, shock, like it was Breeding Pool, let's say, when we had Attuned with Aether, it would have just been better, in my opinion, but I'm not sure. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy the deck tech. Look out for more of my videos in the future. I'm doing lots of stuff with Kaladesh Remastered and revisiting some old standard decks and historic, so look out for those, and I'll see you guys next time.